A very warm welcome to you. Many thanks for being with us on this edition of the program. We are your source for all the latest happenings in the world of insurance. My name is Lucy Lugbe. You are welcome. On the lineup this week, first we join Faith and her guests on the Insurance Industry Town Hall, where they discuss challenges of research and data in the Nigerian insurance industry. Speaking on the platform, Dr. Jide Fadun of the Department of Insurance and Actuarial Science, University of Lagos, said that for as long as insurers pay lip service to the issue of data, they will continue to lose premiums. Take a listen.
If there's no data, it's going to impact on the insurance industry because the premium that should have been collected, part of it will be lost because you are not doing adequate underwriting. And in the process of trying to cut rate, you are also telling the public that yes, you don't know what you are doing.
On this edition also, we will bring you highlights from Continental Reinsurance Plc sent for dinner for their board chairman and non-executive directors 2022 Pan-African Reinsurance Awards at the Wheat Baker Hotel Ikoyi. The exclusive black tie event was a platform for the company to say thank you to their very energetic board chairman, Chief Ajibola Ogunsola, and 3 non-executive directors who recently retired from the company, as well as well done to men and women of the 4th estate of the realm who daily tell insurance stories across the continent. Let's check out excerpts from the event. What more can I say than to urge you to sit back and enjoy the lineup? Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
The biggest fun platform for the insurance industry.
All right, a very warm welcome to you. It's a pleasure to have you join us again on the Insurance Industry Town Hall. As you know, on the Town Hall, we present the topic before the House. We gather an array of personalities to do justice to the topic. On this edition of the Town Hall, we'll be looking at the topic, Challenges of Research and Data in the Nigerian Insurance Industry. As always, my name is Faith Ubode. To do justice to the topic we've chosen today, we've gathered an array of eminent personalities. I'm going to start from my immediate right. I have Mr. Babatunde Thomas, who is the Managing Director of Legacy Insurance Brokers. Thank you so very much for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
To my immediate left, we call him Professor on radio, Mr. Obinna Chilekezi, who is an insurance consultant and is a 2016 African Insurance Organization Book Award winner. He's here to give me my cut of the dollars. Thank you so very much for joining us, Mr.
It's my pleasure.
And to my far left, I have Dr. Jide Fadun. He's the only, as of now, the only PhD holder in risk management, insurance, and financial services. Dr. Fadun is of the Department of Actuarial Science and Insurance, Faculty of Business Administration, University of Lagos, the premier university, which is my school. Thank you so very much, Doctor, for joining us on the program. Once again, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this town hall. Now, I'm going to start real quick by quoting Mr. Rose Kluver, who is an engagement manager at Decision Incorporated US. He said, and I quote, "Data done well redefines the meaning of opportunity." So to what extent would you say the insurance industry has used data to redefine their business? I'm going to start with Dr. Fadun.
Thank you very much. Data is very important because data speaks volume. In the Nigerian insurance industry, I won't say we are not trying, we are trying, but our effort is not yet okay. So we need to do more in terms of gathering data and creating database so we can make decisions based on information.
Okay, Mr. Obinna, do you agree that they are trying?
Well, you know, I'm a practical person. I would say that let's just go home. Let's just take our closest neighbor, the Ghana insurance market. And you discover that by the middle of each year, you will get the data of the previous insurance performance. Let's say by June 2016, the industry performance for the Ghana market for 2015 is already ready. But in our own case here, you discover that we normally have our published data through the Nigerian Insurance Digest. It makes it difficult for somebody to have a kind of a clear picture of the current situation in the market. More so that we normally say that insurance is statistics driven. And in most cases, you discover that premium rates are normally determined by past performance. That's why we normally talk of soft market, hard market. Where the claims experience is high the previous year, you discover that the premium automatically goes up. And where the claims experience is not that high, you equally discover that the premiums that will be charged for the current year will go down. But if you have a situation whereby the market, it takes 2 or 3 years for you to get the relevant data, you will now start asking yourself, how do we determine the premium we are charging? Or are we magicians?
I'm going to ask, okay, before we answer, let Mr. Thomas answer that, because they are the ones that go out, you know, to do the business.
Yes,
are you guys magicians?
In our industry, we're not magicians.
Okay.
Let's say that straight. We're talking about data management here. And before you can talk about the management of data, it means that there must be data in place. And when you have this data in place, you must have the collection of the data first. When you collect data, then you have to do what we call sieving. Because not all the data that you have collected are necessary in the process. When you do your sieving, then from after that sieving, you now have to begin to interpret the data that you have collected. However, it's easy to have an institution that should be responsible for the collection and interpretation of this data. But the challenge is, before the institution gets this data, you have the primary institutions. I call them primary institutions because they are the ones who generate this data. The insurance institutions, that is the insurance underwriters, both the primary underwriters, that is the insurance companies, they have the reinsurance companies, then you have the brokers. They must generate this data, and the data must be sent within a reasonable time.
Do we have that in the market? Because it's part of what Mr. Obinna was saying. Do we have what the scenario Mr. Thomas has
Yes,
painted?
we do. Normally, if you look at the NICOM Act, the law says that the companies should, before, I think, June.
No, 30th of June.
30th of June, send their annual accounts through which the National Insurance Commission should now extract the data and publish in the annual report and statistics. And incidentally, you discover that in our market, I don't think that's for the past 5 years or thereabout, I don't think that statistical function has been led by that body. Then another body that has been publishing data is the Nigerian Insurance Association through the Nigerian Insurance Digest. And you remember in the past also that the Nigerian Reinsurance Corporation equally publishes the Nigerian insurance data, which they call Nigerian Insurance Yearbook that collect data.
Do they still publish it?
I think for that one, more than 15 years now. More than 15 years. Yes, we've not had such publications. So, what it boils down is that will I say that in the recent time, you discover that it's difficult for you to carry out research in research about the Nigerian insurance market, because the data, they are not there, and when they are there, they are already obsolete. That's just the truth. And they equally create another problem, because you hear people talking of rate cutting, and you begin to wonder, where you don't have data, because it's through the data that you can now determine the performance of the class of insurance. And based on that you can now come out with the rates that you can say that this rate is equitable. Then where you don't have data, then how can you now say that somebody is cutting rates?
Okay, maybe Mr. Fadun should answer that. Where you don't have data, how do you now determine that someone is cutting rates? Like we hear all the time.
Sometimes you might be able to determine if somebody is cutting rate. But with data, it will make it much easier for you to be able to charge equitable premium. Now, in terms of rating, for example, rating mainly requires the data for the primary business that is being placed. The other data collected might be used to be able to try to improve on the rating. For example, if you are insuring a building, for example, the feature of the building will tell you the kind of rate you want to charge. But if you have data, for example, that shows the last 10 years, building used for similar purposes more claims to appear on that, you might be able to try to increase the premium to be able to make premium for the higher likelihood of loss based on the past data for that. But primarily, an item being insured, the factor of feature of the item mainly determines the premium that you are going to charge. Now, the issue of rate cutting comes in where, for example, if company A has been approved by an insured, and the company actually carry out underwriting on that risk, and company now says, well, based on my underwriting, you are going to pay, say, 100 naira, for example. Now, in terms of rate cutting, company might say, well, come and approach you as well. This how much you ask to pay. You see, you know, say, well, don't worry, I will take from you 70 naira, give me the business. You see, in this case, the company B never underwrite the business and never assess the business. It was just based its judgment on the amount. So it means the company is just interested in the premium from the business. So it means that if a loss occurs, for example, there won't be adequate fund to take care of their loss because you have not charged equitable premium in the first place. So that is a simple example of rate cutting. Now, if we have data in place, data would further improve this situation in the sense that you could look at what happened to similar billing for that purpose in the past years and then be able to increase your premium. So, in essence, what we are saying is that if there's no data, it's going to impact on the insurance industry because the premium that should have been collected, part of it will be lost because you are not doing adequate underwriting. And in the process of trying to cut rate, you are also telling the public that yes, you don't know what you are doing. Because, for example, if I'm insured and somebody asks me to pay 10 naira, and I presume the person has carried out assessment, and somebody now ask me, come and pay 7 naira. So I will ask all these people, they don't know what they are doing. So, but I know in the insurance industry in Nigeria, we do know what we are doing, but we need to improve on our performance.
Welcome back from the No Holds Barred Town Hall. Moving on, we now bring you highlights from Continental Reinsurance Plc 2-in-1 exclusive events in Lagos, sent for dinner, and the announcement of winners of the 2022 Pan-African Reinsurance Journalism Awards. The awards, in its 7th year, is an extension of Continental Reinsurance's continued commitment to the advancement of excellence in the insurance industry in Africa. Happy viewing.
Continental Reinsurance Plc is a pan-African company managed by seasoned professionals, complying with international standards in all their business operations dealings. The company started operations in 1987 as a general reinsurer and in January 1990 became a composite reinsurer offering both treaty and facultative life and non-life business in more than 50 African countries, serviced from 6 regional offices covering the key economic zones in Africa. The company recently rolled out the red carpet in a 2-in-1 exclusive event to say farewell to their board chairman, Chief Ajibola Ogunsola, and 3 non-executive directors, as well as the announcement of winners of the 2022 Pan-African Reinsurance Journalism Awards at the Wheat Baker Hotel Ikoyi, Lagos. The very colorful event kicked off with a cocktail. Welcoming guests to the twin event, the Group Managing Director, Continental Re, Mr. Lawrence Nazari, said that the company takes pride in taking the lead on corporate governance across Africa.
We pride ourselves as a company that has taken the lead in corporate governance across the whole continent. And one of the things that I always boast about is the quality of people, the distinguished individuals who serve on the board of Continental Re. We have today quite a number of such individuals in our midst, distinguished individuals who over the years have provided stewardship to brand Continental Re. Over the last 7 years, we've had a distinguished gentleman as chairman of Continental Re. He has provided distinguished stewardship to Continental Re in a period of unprecedented growth and success for the company. That individual is none other than Chief Ogunsola. He is the chief reason why we are here today. We would like to thank him as we bid him goodbye. We would like to wish him well as he leaves his mark on Continental Re. We would also like to pay tribute today to 3 distinguished individuals, luminaries of the insurance industry. Akram Benani, Ian Torfield, and Steve Murphy. Today we are also bidding those 3 individuals farewell. They have retired from the board of Continental Re in the course of the last few months. We also have a distinguished member of the management team, senior management team of Continental Re, who is with us today, Kasim Hansa. Kasim lost most of his hairs in the trenches fighting the war for Continental Re.
In his brief presentation entitled Current and Upcoming Regulatory Environment in the Nigerian Insurance Industry, the Deputy Commissioner for Insurance, Technical at Haji Sabiu Abubakar Bello said that NICOM is embarking on collaborations and partnerships with MDAs on the enforcement of compulsory insurance.
Many of the insurance public are not complying with the law. So in order to actually address that issue, NICOM is now embarked on partnerships and collaborations with MDAs in order to enforce our law, particularly the compulsory insurance and insurance of government assets. State government, police, FRC, custom services, and other MDAs are now our partners and collaborators on enforcement of compulsory insurance.
Continental Re in 2019 undertook a scheme of arrangement for the purpose of restructuring its business for growth and enhanced profitability. This move has resulted in unprecedented success for the company. The retiring non-executive directors from the company were Mrs. Alam Benani, Mr. Ian Tofid, Mr. Stephen Murphy, and Mr. Kasim Hansa, who also retired from the management team. On the sideline of the director's sent-forth dinner was the announcement and presentation of winners of the 2022 Pan-African Reinsurance Journalism Awards. The awards, which was instituted 7 years ago, is aimed at celebrating journalists who tell insurance stories across Africa. Presenting the nominees, the Chief Judge, Mr. Michael Wilson, said that the competition was open to all regions across Africa.
The Africa I'm talking about tonight has grown this year, not in a virtual sense, but in the very real sense. For the first time, we've opened up the awards to the Maghreb region, inviting journalists from Arabic-speaking parts of the continent to submit their best work. And boy, did they just do that. The result, as I can proudly reveal, is that 2022 is breaking records left, right, and centre.
Categories for the awards are Best Print Article, English. Winner was Mr. Tunde Ajaja of Punch newspaper, Nigeria. Best Online Article, English. Winner was Felix Della Cruz of Business Day Media, Ghana. Best Reinsurance Broadcast, Radio and TV, English. Winner this year was Destiny Abayem Onyemhia of The Voice of Nigeria. All the categories of the awards are French category. Winner was Nwedrogo Patina Umar of Les Editions Sidwaya, Burkina Faso. Interestingly, the newest category, Arabic, produced 2 winners, Mahafadi Hanna and Atif Fahim Maruz from Egypt. The last category of the awards, called the Future Talent Awards, now to be known as the Dr. Olufemi Oyetunji Future Talent Awards, is given to individuals who have the traits of becoming star journalists. The winner of the maiden edition is Patania Nasir Esiba. The highest point of the Continental Retwin event was a reading of the citation of Chief Ajibola Ogunsola, which was greeted with a standing ovation.
With an ovation, welcome Chief Ogunsola as he comes to deliver his address.
Chief Ogunsola, a foremost actuarist, was appointed to the board of the company on November 8, 2016. He was instrumental to the consolidation of the expansion drive of the company. Responding on behalf of the retirees, Chief Ogunsola said his tenure as chairman of the board of the company was made easy because of the soundness and quality of minds of the directors.
My job was made very easy by the quality of directors that I had to decide over. As I said earlier, I did not necessarily have to read all the papers. As chairman, your principal duty is to make sure you preside over the meeting, ensure that, when there were issues that were controversial, you found a way to resolve it in such a way that the board would eventually agree, consensus ad idem, as to how to proceed on any issue that came for deliberation and decision. The quality of these people remains in my memory, and I thank them for the cooperation they gave me that made my job as chairman not as difficult as it would otherwise have been, and I enjoyed my position as chairman.
He was presented with a retirement gift. Continental Reinsurance Plc, in its over 30 years of existence, has been at the forefront of promoting sustainable development and good corporate governance in the African insurance industry.
that's our time on the program this week. Join us again same time next week for a fresh package. But in the meantime, feel free to connect with us on all our platforms. Join us every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m. live on Nigeria FM 102.7 for Waiting Insurance They Do Safe, powered by NICOM. My name is Lucy Lugbe. From the entire team, it's goodbye.